But how will these overnight cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in to tell you just that. This is our Power Prep segment. We'll tell you what the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you and a happy Friday as well. Ekta, let me come across to you. What is the market setup looking like today?
Thanks for that. Good morning. Well, there was caution after the Fed's hawkish comments yesterday. The Nifty Sensex saw profit booking after 3 days of gains. The Nifty failed to hold on to 18,700. The financials were under pressure. The Bank Nifty saw an over 500-point cut in the index yesterday. Now, the mid-cap index was at a record high, so that pocket of outperformance continues. The mid-caps continued to gain. The mid-cap index is now up over 2% on a week-to-date basis. Now, globally, the ECB policy outcome, which you all referred to just a few minutes ago, they have hiked rates by 25 basis points. The European markets closed slightly lower, but the US markets, highest intraday levels that we've seen since April of 2022. Asia is mixed at this point in time, and the SGX is indicating a bit of a positive start. So the inherent strength post the Fed meet for the US markets continues at this point in time. Just watch out for crude prices, because that too jumped around 3% overnight. Now, in terms of flows, the FII's net bought around 3,000 crores plus, DII's net sold around close to 300 odd crores. There was the Axis Bank block deal, which was a part of the flows. So that would be something that we would monitor in terms of flows going forward. Remember, FIIs have been buying before this for the past 2 to 3 trading sessions as well, X of any kind of block deal factor. Now, we are likely to continue seeing stock-specific interest in our markets. The FTSE index changes come into effect from today's market close as well. India could receive net inflows of around $250 to $270 million.
Okay, all right. So that is the market setup. Thank you so much for that, Ekta. Over to Vivek now. He'll list out all the stocks which are on our radar today. Vivek?
Well, good morning. Quite a few stocks to keep on your radar, once market opens. So first one, keep an eye out for both Ramkrishna Forgings as well as Titagarh Rail Systems. A consortium of both of these companies has gone ahead and won a contract in excess of 12,200 crores from the Ministry of Railways. Now, this particular contract is for manufacturing and supply of 15.4 lakh forged wheels, and this is over a span of 20 years. Keep an eye out for Torrent Pharma as well. Some positive news flow coming in. The US FDA has gone ahead and issued an establishment inspection report for an oral oncology manufacturing facility at Gujarat. So this means that the outcome of the audit is successful and the company has not received any adverse observations. Watch out for both BHEL as well as Eicher Motors. BHEL and Volvo Eicher Commercial Vehicles Limited have gone ahead and entered into a memorandum of understanding. This is to jointly develop and manufacture Type 4 cylinders, both hydrogen as well as CNG, in the commercial vehicle segment. So this MOU, important to see what kind of ordering activity actually happens in this particular space. And lastly, keep an eye out for NLC India. Interestingly, the company has gone ahead and incorporated an arm known as NLC India Renewables Limited. This is to take over all of the company's existing renewable assets.
Okay, all right. Vivek, thank you so much for all those details. Those are the stocks which are on our radar today. Let me go across to Nigel. He's joining in with all the cues from the F&O space this morning. Nigel?
Well, morning. Yesterday we had an expiry-related phenomena that played out, and that's why we saw a sudden dip in the Nifty, particularly in the last 60 minutes or so. Now, there were some mild short positions that were added both on the Nifty and the Nifty Bank. And the Nifty Bank needs to bounce from somewhere in this vicinity, because that's been a bit of a weak point in the last 1 week or so. What did the FIs do in the F&O market? Well, they added some short positions, close to 9,000 short contracts. That was in the ratio of close to around 4 shorts for every 1 long position. So the shorts that was sub 45%, now they've moved to around 48% approximately. On the Nifty options data, well, we saw writing yesterday, 18,800 call. Well, that's been very, very active. But yesterday we saw some action even at around the 18,700. That's both the call as well as put. The question is, which way is this going to swing off around 18,700? For the time being, the broad range will be around 18,500 to around 18,900 odd. But in the near term, the levels that you're tracking is going by the 18,700 put open interest build up in the premium. 18,615 becomes important on the downside. And lower than that, you're looking at the 20 DMA. So that's the important support band. SGX, if we're suggesting a gap up, but my gut is don't go ahead and rush and chase that gap up. Look to buy the intraday dip. We're still in an uptrend. till that 20 DMA does hold out. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Nigel, Vivek and Ekta, thank you so much for joining us. That's our Power Prep segment. Time for a short break now. When we return, we'll get you the excerpts from our exclusive conversation with the CEO of Cognizant on the other side. Stay tuned for that.